Wasuka, tuho ago agawe wasuka, watuka, kurorora gawe watuka, wasuka, tuho ago agawe wasuka, watuka, kurorora gawe watuka. Natakoruti takanita Benakerapa kohonoka Amaita wanyu ainaga Delekere tu kega 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 Wasuka Tuho ago agawe wasuka Watuka Kurorora gawe watuka Natakoruti takanita Benakerapa kohonoka Amaita wanyu ainaga Delekere tu kega 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 kega
Just put me back together and break me into pieces again. Just put me back together and break me into pieces again. Wish I could say goodbye, 'cause you're never satisfied. But this time I'm losing my mind. Just put me back together and break me into pieces again. Just put me back together and break me into pieces again. Just coming back together. Break me into pieces again. Just coming back together. Break me into pieces again. Just coming back together. Break me into pieces again. Just coming back together. Break me into pieces again. Wish I could say goodbye, 'cause you're never satisfied. This time I'm losing my mind. Wish I could say goodbye, 'cause you're never satisfied. This time I'm losing my mind.
When we were kids,
Hello and welcome, everybody. My name is Elton Tanega, and I am joined with the lovely
Deanna Shakel.
and we will be your fabulous hosts for this evening. Now, before we get started, I think it would be nice to just take a quick collective group breath together. And if you are willing and able to join me, taking a deep breath in through your nose and holding it at the top for 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and exhaling through your mouth. We are here. We are grounded. We are present. However you are joining, wherever you are joining, we are just happy you are being here tonight for the Synchrony launch party. Now, if you are coming, there is no right or wrong way to be here tonight. If you'd like to just sit and listen, you can type in the chat. You cannot type in the chat. If you need to step away, grab a snack, maybe a fidget or two, you're welcome to do so, and we'll be here.
Now, some of you may be here for the very first time. You may be hearing about Synchrony for the very first time, and we are so excited that you're here. Don't worry, you're not behind at all. You might even be wondering, what is Synchrony? Synchrony is a social connection app designed specifically for neurodivergent adults who want friendship, community, structure, and authenticity with optional support built in to start making and maintaining conversations much easier. Oh, also, I just want to say this clearly. By being here tonight, you're early. You're the first wave. You're the founding members of this community. That's not small, that's powerful. When this grows, and it will grow, you'll be able to say, I was there at the beginning, and that's cool. This isn't just an app launch, it's the start of something bigger. It's the beginning of a movement around belonging and social independence. And you're not just watching it happen, you're helping build it.
And just so you know, our team is actively monitoring the comments throughout the event. We're reading along in real time, and when we can, we'll do our best to answer questions live. Anything we don't answer tonight, we'll circle back to on our socials this week. This space is moderated because authenticity matters to us. From day one, we're building a respectful, supportive environment, and that starts tonight.
That's right. You'll also see poll questions pop up throughout the event. Since we're streaming on YouTube and Instagram, we won't have built-in poll buttons everywhere. So when you see a question on the screen, just type in your answer directly on the chat on whatever platform you're on.
And just so you know, this is an open invitation event. If you're having fun and this feels like your kind of space, let your friends know that you're logged into the Synchrony party. Invite them to jump in and join the fun.
Yes. Okay, while people are filtering in, let's start to get to know where people are joining us from tonight. So, if you're able, pop into the chat and say what state you're joining us from. Ooh, we are excited to see. Let's start with the states that we're from. My goodness, I'm from Minnesota. That's where I was born.
And I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago?
Yes.
The Big Apple. The city of brotherly love.
The Windy City.
Ah, that's what it is. Yes, gorgeous. Now, Minnesota's pretty cold. How about Chicago?
Chicago is, I would say, equally as cold.
Sometimes that wind hits you and you're like, ooh, a blustery one.
Yeah.
Yeah, same in Minnesota. Oh, very fun. Okay, we're going to wait a few more moments to hear from where you're joining us from. What if someone's joining us from Florida and they have beautiful weather while it's cold?
I'd be very jealous. Ooh, Massachusetts.
Now another cold place. Wow. Boston, have you been there before?
I have not. Arkansas. Hello to Arkansas.
Welcome. Very cool. We're keeping an eye on where you're joining us from. So throughout, the Golden State. I need some help. That must be California. Oh, Tennessee. Woohoo. Welcome. Beautiful mountain ranges there, I believe.
And great music.
Oh, the best music. Have you been to Nashville?
I have.
Oh,
Nashville, Goodlettsville.
Windy City, warm today. Hello, thank you.
I'm so jealous. We're currently in Denver, and it's actually very cold today.
All the way from Panama. Cool, and welcome. We're glad to have you. Wow, we have people joining from all over the place. Oregon, I just visited Oregon.
I've never actually been to Oregon.
Oh, Crater Lake blew my mind. That is the craziest water I have ever seen in my life.
I'll have to add it to the bucket list.
Oh, and Washington. That was right in there in the trip too.
My gosh.
Very cool. Well, for everyone joining from everywhere, we have some very exciting things to share. We are going to be doing some giveaways tonight.
So,
Ooh.
remember going to birthday parties and you'd bring a present, but then you'd go home with a party favor?
Yes.
Well, this indie party is a party favor kind of event. We've got 3 incredible giveaways scattered throughout the evening. The first drawing will happen in about 15 minutes, so there are just a few minutes to enter. But the early bird gets the worm.
And if you want to enter, we've made it super easy. Just head over to the link on your screen, follow the instructions to start your app download, and confirm your download in the giveaway drawing entry form. That's it. Download the app, answer a couple questions, and you could win this incredible comfort kit.
Ooh.
Now, let's talk a little bit about this kit, Elton.
I'm very excited for the kit. A comfort weighted blanket.
Oh my goodness. We'll talk more about this in a little bit. So there are going to be more chances. If you don't enter in this very first one or you haven't joined us quite yet, don't worry. There are going to be more chances later in the launch party.
Yes, and we have a very stacked evening for you guys. Coming, we will hear the brand story from our lovely founders of how Synchrony came to be. We'll hear from some community voices, an app demonstration, an expert panel with some very special guests, polls, and of course, more giveaways. And there will also be an up next section on your screen so you always know where we're heading.
Yes. Now, I do want to share because I'm just beside myself. I'm so excited about the special guests we have tonight. We have Kairos Keenan Westcott from The Vibe with Kai. Probably many of you know that show. Also, Kaylin Partlow from Love on the Spectrum. She also is the author of Life on the Bridge. And Cyan Bloom, an autism and disability advocate. Oh, my goodness. Are you excited to meet them or what?
I'm very excited, but we will just have to wait for that to come. There is so much happening, so much to learn, and so many exciting things to come.
That's right.
Synchrony.
This is the spark, and we are going to continue into something much bigger, including a community that we get to start to build tonight together.
Now, before we go any further, we want to zoom out for a second because throwing a party for an app is kind of silly, but that's not really what we're doing. We're throwing a party in honor of the community that's forming inside it. You are people who are going to shape it, influence it, and grow with it. We're so glad you are here. From the very beginning, this has been built alongside community voices like you, through conversations, feedback, lived experience, and intentional listening.
That's right. Now, there's a really powerful story behind Synchrony and how it all came together. And I can't think of anyone better to introduce this story than one of the people along the way who made a huge impact, neurodiversity consultant Brady Esham. Now, after working with Synchrony to increase accessibility surrounding tonight's event, Brady shared a message about why this initiative matters. And we'd love to go to that video right now.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Brady Esham. I am a neurodiversity consultant, and I'm so excited that you are all here this evening for the launch of Synchrony, a product and a community that I truly believe will revolutionize the way that we as neurodivergent individuals experience friendship and maintain social relationships. In every aspect of our lives, humans are wired to want to seek connection. And especially as neurodivergent individuals, we have our own unique way of processing information and being able to present that clearly in our own unique ways. And so to have a community that understands and was designed around the premise that your communication style matters is incredibly powerful. When I work with clients and I work with organizations, I look for 3 main practices to determine if those organizations are neuroaffirming. First thing is, do they consider the individual identity of every community member? And in this case, the answer is absolutely yes. You will get to meet people who you share common interests with, who believe the same things you believe. The other thing I look for is specifically, are the goals aligned with the goals of our community? To find friendships, to find social connection, and to have autonomy and independence. And those things are 100% stressed in the app. Although it does have the supportive component, that is designed to help produce independence. And finally, when working and determining if a company is neuro-inclusive, I look for the quality of their leadership. Are those individuals willing and able to take feedback, to learn from the community, to embrace our role in growing this culture and this community together? And the answer to all 3 of those questions for Synchrony is absolutely yes. And I am thrilled that you are here this evening to learn about the community, to experience the possibilities that will arise from being part of this amazing mission. I truly wish the best for every one of you and for every member of our community around the country. And I wish you happy connecting. I wish you very well in whatever endeavors you may pursue. Have a great night. You are the difference that will make our community stronger, more powerful, and more visible.
Whoa, thank you, Brady. We are so grateful for you sharing with us, and especially around an app that's built for the communication style of the community that's using it. I'm a communication nerd myself. That's what I majored in. I just love it. And so thinking about that, and especially what Brady said, just wow. I am grateful that Brady is here along the way to help us build Synchrony.
Yeah, and it's voices like yours, Brady, and for everyone out there watching, that really giving your input and having a community and leaders that will listen will help to continue to build this community. And now that you've heard a ton about the team behind this incredible idea,
how about taking a minute to actually meet them?
yes, we have some incredible founders who have really put the time and energy and love into making Synchrony. So please give a warm welcome to them.
That's right. Without further ado, our founder video.
Social connection should be a right for anybody. It's something that we take for granted. The fact that it doesn't exist yet is even more shocking to me.
I'm really hopeful that we can change the perception of neurodivergent people and make the world more accommodating to them rather than neurodivergent people having to become so accommodating for the neurotypical world. I want to flip that on its head.
For me, Synchrony is all heart. You know, I'm kind of the heart and the passion behind the vision because I have a son who has autism. As he got older, like 16 high school years, I started to think about what his life would look like socially. I'm a big problem solver, and it was the first time as a mom that I really kept thinking about an emerging problem that I didn't have an answer to.
If you're talking to somebody and they have a problem with processing some information, they still want to connect. They still want the same friendships. They want to get the same thing out of it, those relationships, sense of belonging and community. There's just a misunderstanding of how sometimes to communicate.
What I realized is that it wasn't dating and love that I was worrying about. It was the everyday friendship and need to connect. And seeing his younger sister on her phone on other social media outlets like Snapchat, it was kind of around that time that I started to think, well, why doesn't my son have that? Why doesn't his demographic have a platform that is friendship-oriented?
We really want Synchrony to be a place where people can gently explore what they want their social life to be. No expectations, no pressure. If you want to indicate on your profile that you're just exploring, I don't know if I want something romantic, I don't know if I want friendship, I'm just putting my toe in the water, that's an option. So taking away the anxiousness piece that comes with social interaction.
A social platform that currently exists, they are one size fits all. And I think that there's this expectation that you will fit the mold of whatever that is. And so Synchrony wants to meet our community where they are. We want them to feel authentic. We don't want them to fit a mold of somebody else. We don't want them to feel like in order to participate, you have to act or be a certain way.
Really at the heart of, I think, happiness isn't love and romance. It isn't money. It isn't success. It's a feeling of belonging. It's a feeling of a community. And so Synchrony is really offering an opportunity to provide tools within the app so that we're empowering these adults to find their people and do it with less anxiety.
There's a lot of lived experience with neurodivergent adults of having negative social experiences, and I want Synchrony to be the place that is replacing those memories with good ones. And it building confidence, one positive interaction, one friend, one connection at a time.
It has really been, literally words out of their mouth have been like, I just can't find my people. I just want a friend. And that's why I'm doing it. This is an app that thinks about the tools and resources that these neurodivergent adults need with no shame. Let's just destigmatize and create an opportunity for belonging and friendship.
It's been a long journey, and I'm truly, really proud of this product. And I know people are going to love it and that they'll really get something out of it. And I just genuinely want people to know that this product comes from our hearts.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much to our founders. You can just hear in their voices how much this means to them, how much heart is involved in the designing and building of this. And especially when they talk about, well, we want for something to be built for the neurodivergent community rather than, okay, ND has to fit into everything that's neurotypical and we have to fit the mold for everybody else. It's like, what if there was something built that is just for you? And for all of you joining us tonight, something that's built just for you.
Yes, and here is the part that makes this even more exciting, is that this is not just an idea anymore. Synchrony is officially live in the app and Google Play stores. So whenever you're ready, we'd love for you to take a moment to download the app.
Yes, please. You can go ahead and do that right now. You can start searching that up. And we are going to chat a little bit about what else we liked about the video.
Yeah. I think for me, what really stood out and what I found compelling was the emphasis on authenticity and bringing your weird side, bringing all your quirks and interest into this platform. I always find it really interesting when I run into somebody who has the very niche interest that I have, and I think this is the perfect place to find those people, regardless of whatever that may be.
I hope I get to hear more later about what that niche interest is, because I think that might be coming up later. But we do want to invite you to go ahead and drop a sentence in the chat. Tell us a little bit about what you think about the founders and how you're feeling about the app. We'd love to hear from you. Now, we do have a couple other things to share, and we'd love to talk about the giveaway. Okay, so we have a swag bag, and now we're going to tell you what's in it. It includes a portable charger, a comfort blanket, headphones, and you're not going to believe this, a $300 DoorDash gift card. Now, this probably retails at about, what do you say?
$500?
$500? Are you kidding me? And you could win that right now?
Yeah, just make sure you hit the link and we will be able to enter with a good email and your name.
Oh, that's incredible. Don't forget to enter right now, and you have a couple other chances to do that tonight. Now, how would winning something like this make you feel?
I think I would feel very comforted. I think it's a good way to set yourself up for a nice little evening, or it's just, especially as someone a part of the ND community, those are all items that I think I would very much benefit from to have a successful evening, or maybe just a trip on a plane, commute to work.
Yes, yes. Oh my goodness, that blanket, if it's weighted, and I think it is, I would pull that right up, cozy up, and I would just feel like, oh, everything is right in the world for a moment.
So question for you. What does it mean to you to want connection but not always know where to begin?
Ooh, I have to be really honest that sometimes when I want to find connection with somebody, I have that freeze moment where I'm like, I don't know how to start the conversation. I don't know exactly what to say.
Yeah, and that can be very overwhelming, I think. But Synchrony exists to remove those barriers to the human connection, not to replace it.
That's right. I just think, wow, what if I had a little angel on my shoulder? It's like, okay, let me help you out with this part so that you can get to the connection part.
Yeah.
You can get to the human connection part that you want so badly. And I do.
Yes.
I think, my goodness, are we having an announcement?
Yes.
Okay, I think that the winner has been selected. We're going to check. But let's bring the energy up for a second. Woohoo! This is not a small giveaway. This comfort kit is valued at $500. $500!
And it's really good stuff. This is the kind of stuff that you'd actually want. The kind of box you open and you immediately think, oh, yeah, this is solid. And someone here tonight is about to win it.
But we thought we'd make this one a little more fun.
So instead of us announcing it,
We have a special guest zooming in live to tell us who the winner is.
yes, let's bring them in. Please welcome Jamie, Becky, and Brittany, our lovely founders of Synchrony.
There they Hello! Amazing.
How
Welcome.
are you guys doing, Deanna and Elton?
Oh, we're
Matt,
so
any
good. We're
comments?
so excited. How are you
We
doing?
are too. We can't believe that it's actually launch day. And we are super excited to announce the first winner. We are actually an official Synchrony corporate headquarters. I'm Jamie. This is Britt, and this is Becky, and we are excited to announce the winner. So, Britt, take it away.
Okay, so our winner for tonight for our first swag bag is Derek Dennis from Louisiana.
Congratulations on
Woohoo!
winning, and we thank you all for being here.
Well, let's tell Derek how he's going to find out.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, so tomorrow, Derek, we're going to reach out to you tomorrow and you'll get all of the details on how we're going to get your amazing swag bag to you
By email.
by email.
By email.
So should we take
Perfect.
it back to Deanna and Elton in the studio?
That would be
sounds
perfect.
good. Thank you guys for
Yes.
being here.
Wow,
Thank
thank
you.
you. It was amazing to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Congratulations to Derek from Louisiana. Now, do not fret. There are 2 more giveaways this evening. So if you did not win this one, remember to enter in the link, email, and name.
That's right.
Now, we're going to take a short break here in just a few minutes. But before we do, we've got something really special to share. Before we launch, we put out a call on social media and asked a simple question. What are you most looking forward to about being a part of the Synchrony community?
And the responses that came in were thoughtful, honest, and honestly pretty powerful. I mean, people talked about belonging, about shared interests, about wanting a space that feels authentic and intentional. If you're starting to feel excited about the community that's forming, I mean, wouldn't you want to meet some of the incredible people who are lining up to start syncing?
Let's meet some of the voices of Synchrony.
Yay! We're going to meet some of them right now.
Dear Synchrony, I am happy to meet new people who are very nice and very kind. And I'll say everybody there.
Dear Synchrony, I am excited for the launching of this new app. I am a huge nerd, if you can't tell, and I am excited to meet more people with similar interests. On top of that, I am big into mythology, anime, of course, and of course, like I love astrophysics. Like I said, big nerd, and I'm really excited about meeting new people who have similar interests or even different interests who can teach me more and let me learn more about it.
Dear Synchrony, my favorite music of all time, the absolute GOAT, is heavy metal. My favorite band is Tool. Hands down. Desert Island, gotta have it.
Dear Synchrony, I'm so excited about the launch of your app. I've been waiting for this maybe for the last 2 months, I guess, as I've seen you on Instagram. I'm Alexandra. I'm from Ukraine. I'm religious scholar and philosopher. I study shamanism and I study phenomenon of death. I am really positive person, by the way. I'm interested in finding new interesting people who maybe are interested in philosophy or physics, sciences, or art, cinema. I just like nerds and everything. What else? I'm just happy that we'll have this opportunity to meet best people because of this app. Just wishing good luck to developers and everyone who is a part of this great job. Thank you.
Yay!
How lovely was that?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's so nice to hear from the community and all their interests. As a fellow anime nerd myself, I'm so excited to meet many of you out there. Now, do you have any other favorites?
Well, I want to share.
Yeah.
I want to share. Wow, Alexandra, I hope I'm pronouncing the name right, but I would love to talk to you about cinema and also shamanism. I study that a little bit myself, and it's so fun to learn about. So, hoping to see you on the app and hope we get to connect and sync up.
Yes, and we still have a very exciting evening ahead of us. Coming up next, we have more of our app launch. We have more giveaways to come, and even a special panel will be coming up.
I want to be part of that.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take a quick break, about 10 minutes. This is your time to grab a snack, refill your drink, stretch, step away for a bit, whatever you may need. We'll be right here when you get back.
And before you go anywhere, we've dropped a question in the chat for you to think about during the break. No pressure to answer right now, just something to reflect on while you're grabbing that snack.
And if you're having a good time, this is also the perfect moment to text a friend or 5 and say, you need to get in here.
That's right. We'll also take you deeper inside the app, a real behind-the-scenes look.
And yes, another giveaway is coming up.
So don't go too far. We'll see you after the break.
Don't know what to something wrong. Don't know what to do. There's something wrong. Don't know what to do. There's something perfect. Don't know what to do. Something about don't know what to do. Something about
Gravity is alive. The world below. The perfect blood. Silent shot. The air is cold. This is where the dream begins. So I can't stop losing ground. Losing ground. So I can't stop. Following the moon, following the moon. I'm soaring higher, higher. Burning up this perfect fire. I'm soaring higher, higher. Yeah, I'm rising from the wire. Gravity is just a sound. My feet are barely on the ground. The air is thick, the silence is enormous. I'm running from my past, oh God. So I can't stop losing ground, losing ground. So I can't stop. Following the time, 'cause I don't know where to go. If there's hope, then just let me know. Don't call me up, 'cause I'll be falling for you every time. I just wanna tell you what you're mine, but we are not the same. Hope that you will know when I'm alone, I don't feel the same. Hope that you will. Hope that you know the feel the same. Hope that you will know. Hope that you know the feel the same. Hope that you will. Hope that you know the feel the same. Hope that you will know when I'm alone, I don't feel the same. Hope that you will. Hope that you know the feel the same. Hope that you will know. Hope that you know the feel the same. Don't nobody else like me, girl. Don't nobody else like me, girl. Hope that you will. Don't nobody else like me, girl. Don't nobody else like me, girl.
Welcome back, everybody. So here's what's coming up next. So you know exactly where we're headed. We've got a few questions to kickstart getting to know each other better. After that, we'll take a deep dive into the Synchrony app.
And don't forget, there will be another giveaway coming up in about 20 minutes. So if you want to enter, just go to joinsynchrony.com/giveaway and drop your email in the giveaway form. But before we move forward, we want to get to know you a little better. I mean, community starts with shared interests. So here's a simple question. What are your top interests or hobbies? Go ahead and drop those in the chat. Now we'll give you a minute. And we also want to talk a little bit about your ideal day in the meantime. So if you answered that before, we'll discuss that now. And then in a few minutes, we'll also talk about your hobbies, your interests. So you can drop those in the chat now. Okay, great. Something we have coming in now is my ideal day would be video games or MTG.
Video game day sounds very nice.
Oh my goodness, yes.
What would your ideal day be?
Oh, thank you for asking. And we just saw another one come in say a walk. That fits in a little bit to my day. My ideal day, because I'm an improv nerd, and I'm talking like long form improv nerd, I want to go into the woods. I want to be in the woods, preferably in a cabin with all my friends, and we would be like fairies and maybe do some LARPing, and it would be like, whoa, who's the wizard? And it might be me. And that would be my ideal day.
And I would just love an invite to that.
Oh, please. Oh, cool. Someone said settling in the great world of Catan.
Catan, have you ever played Catan?
I haven't.
Neither have I.
Oh.
But I have several friends who are trying to get me to have a Catan night. So.
Yes, I want to play. I would love to read and drink coffee with friends. My goodness, I love coffee with friends.
Yes.
Yes, especially when it's really good coffee.
Meet and hang out with friends by doing the things we're interested in. Play and indie films. Ooh, I love a good play.
Oh, yes, an indie film all the way. I love a great character arc and character-driven stories.
Yes. Volunteering and going for a walk also sounds like a perfect day for me.
Oh my goodness, yes. What's your favorite kind of volunteering?
I recently actually started volunteering for hospice, but I play a guitar and I sing just a little bit.
My goodness.
So I like to just go and sing at some homes. Yeah.
That is beautiful, Elton.
I know.
That's really, really cool. I would love to see you do that sometime.
I just feel like a rock star.
Oh, you are a rock star. Oh, I saw someone also shared hanging out at the house and doing a puzzle. I love puzzles.
Oh, that sounds like a great evening.
Okay, let's move on to our next section. Should we chat about hobbies and interests?
Yeah.
Has anyone shared that yet? If not, please go ahead and drop that in the chat next. We would love to give you a couple ideas of what you might share.
Yeah, things involving the creative arts or being an artist.
Yes. Music and audio. It could be anything.
Yes, maybe something in tech or in the STEM field.
Mm-hmm. Reading or writing. Oop, we're having some come in right now. I don't want to miss any. Cooking, baking, photography, and crafting. Oh my goodness, Lindsay. That is so cool.
Ooh, hugging my cats.
I want to hug a cat, but I need the nails to be clipped.
Yes. I'm very
That's
allergic
important.
to cats, but I do own one. I risk it all every day.
Risk it all. Okay, I like to make slides of cute pictures.
Oh,
Are you kidding me? I would love to see that. I love scrapbooking, so I like to print it out. But yes. Ooh, what's this one? All you.
gaming, movies, history, spending time with family and friends, clean comedy, etc. That sounds like a
Delightful.
wonderful assortment of things.
Absolutely. Oh, I love comedy, so we'll have to chat about that. Oh, yes. Okay, this one is I love working overtime. Wow, congratulations. And that isn't exactly a hobby. Oh my goodness, you are cracking me up. I actually am a workaholic as well, so we could chat about that too.
Creative writing. Ooh, I would love to read some creative stories.
Send it in. We'd love
Love a
to see
book.
it.
I
Oh.
love seeing all of these interests come through. And what stands out to me is when we talk about community. It doesn't just start with small talk. It starts with passion. It starts with what lights you up.
Exactly. I mean, so many of you just share the things that give you energy. I don't want to leave out that someone said Lego car models because that is so cool. I've been helping, well, observing my partner build some like RVs and vans in Lego form. It's been so much fun. Okay, back to, that was squirrel brain. Okay. Energy. This is your energy, purpose, and focus. And that's such a big part of building connection. I mean, finding people who understand the things that really matter to you.
What we keep hearing over and over again is how absolutely valuable community is, and that there's a huge need to break down barriers to accessing that feeling of belonging so the indie community and more easily find people who get your interest, value your strengths, and see you clearly.
I mean, I think it's time to step inside the tool that's built to make this happen.
Yes, but don't forget, we have a giveaway coming up in about 10 minutes, so make sure you enter by following the instructions on the screen.
Now, you certainly don't want to miss out on that. Okay, because it's another one of those stacked comfort kit giveaways.
Yes. This kit is stacked with noise-canceling headphones.
That's right.
It has
Weighted blanket,
a swag bag.
a backpack. That's the same thing. And do we say headphones? Okay, anyway, this bag is really cool, and we want you to win it, so please check it out.
Yes, and it has a $300 DoorDash gift card. So
Oh my goodness, I forgot my favorite thing.
if anyone needs a friend to maybe just have a little dinner at home, I'm available.
That's right.
But we digress.
Let's give the people what they really want. Yeah.
Yes, a look into the app and the community. Some of you have seen little glimpses of the app on social media. For others, this may be your very first time seeing it. Either way, this is the deepest dive we've done to date. You're getting a real look at the app and exactly how it works. And here's something we've never been able to say before. This demonstration isn't a behind the scenes, but because Synchrony is officially available.
Yes, it is. That's right. Oh my goodness, it's ready to go for both Apple and Android users.
Yes, how about that? And there are several steps that you may find once downloading the app, but do not fret, it is all for your safety and authenticity.
That's right. We want to build a really authentic community, so we're taking special precautions to do so. We're so thankful for your patience as you get everything up and running, and just know that we were wanting to do that for you.
Yes, and we also love your feedback. So as we are still developing, this is also your community. So feel free to message, email, and we would love your feedback. But let's just take a moment to celebrate. After months of waiting, the app is live.
Yeah, if you're starting to search it up, we've got some tips to help you find it fast.
Are you an Apple user? Go to the App Store and search for Synchrony, Find Your People.
Are you on Android? Okay, then use an internet browser and type in members.joinsynchrony.com in your mobile browser. I'm going to say that one more time for you. members.joinsynchrony.com in your mobile browser. Okay, we'll put the instructions right up on the screen to make it so easy.
Yes, and once you get in the app, you'll need to adjust a few other things to start building your profile. They're on the screen right now. A valid ID and name, and email of a trusted reference.
In fact, as an early adopter, you're going to get several months free. That's one of the benefits of being an early adopter. It's free during the launch period all the way through April.
And while that's an exciting fact, the most important thing is that this is the beginning of a strong community platform, a place to build connection and confidence.
We've got a really in-depth look at how the app works. I mean, if you want to follow along and start building your profile as we walk through it, you can. If you'd rather just watch and take it all in, that's completely fine too. Whatever feels comfortable. We'll move step by step. Now, let's take a look. This is first segment, profile building.
Let's do a day in the life, a tour of Synchrony. So first up, when I open the app, I can see my profile. Here is also where I can edit anything on my profile that's going out into the world. So here's Corey. We can see all about Corey. We can see where she's from, what her labels are, what she's looking for, who she's looking for. Next, we have interests. There are a ton of interests for our members to choose from, and you can expand them out to be even more. We hope that all of our members find other members who share the same interests as them. So Corey might want to update her interests. You can remove them or you can change them. You can select up to 10. Okay, and you can change, of course, who you're interested in connecting with. You can also change your profile. You can choose a photo or you can take a photo from just using directly your camera. Okay, so that is the profile section.
All right, so that's the profile building process. You can see it's structured and guided. It's not about writing something perfect. It's about showing who you are in a way that feels clear and comfortable. And it's important to say this out loud. There is no such thing as a perfect profile. There's just an honest one.
And that is what's really exciting about how different everyone's profile can look. But there's one thing we really want to bring to your attention. If you're working on building out your profile right now, you might have already noticed.
Yep. In order to keep the community authentic, the Synchrony team engineered something really smart. It's a profile verification. Not unlike the two-factor authentication needed when logging into your bank, getting onto the Synchrony app also requires 2 steps.
That's right. The first step is you jumping in, being that early adopter, and starting in on your profile.
The second step is getting verified by a trusted source. It could be a relative, therapist, employer, teacher, really anyone who knows you well and can vouch that this community is a great fit for you. The verification process is pretty easy, and the app walks you through it. It will even send them reminders if they don't do it right away.
Unlike a bank two-factor authentication, you only have to do this one time. But while you wait, you can keep building out your profile.
As you think about building yours, here's something to reflect on. What's the first thing you'd want someone to understand about you? Maybe it's what lights you up. Maybe it's how you prefer to communicate. Maybe it's something people often misunderstand. If you want, drop that in the chat so we can start to get to know you better.
That is a perfect segue into the next part of the app, the For You section. This is where the experience starts to feel personal. This is where the app can start connecting you to people that you can connect with. Now, let's take a look.
Now let's go over and take a look at all the way on the left to the For You page. This is where you will see all the other potential sync mates. We call sync mates people who you have matched with or connected with. So here's where you will see potential sync mates. You can scroll through here and these will match what you have indicated that you're looking for. So if you're only looking for friends, you will also see people who are only looking for friends. If you're looking for only men, you will only see men. But Corey is open to many. So here is where you can see all the other people who are listed within Synchrony.
Okay, so now you officially know how to find the people you can potentially sync with. Potential sync mates who are hand-selected to match up with your interests and preferences.
Oh, I love that you can pick if you're looking for a friend, romance, men, women. I mean, there's a lot of independence baked in.
But these are just your potential sync mates. Let's take a look at how you can take the next step and go from a potential connection to a true mate.
Let's take a look.
Down the bottom, we have sync mates. Okay, so here is where all of your sync mates that are coming in and all of the ones that you have sent will live. So you can see here received, I've got 3 sync mates waiting for my response. And then I can also see here, I've sent 1 sync request out to somebody else. So let's see what happens when I press sync. Ta-da! I have a new sync mate with Sophie, and I can go ahead and message her if I want to, or I can just skip for now.
I love the confetti. It's just a little endorphin rush that says, yes, I'm finding my people. I have to say, I like that this feels intentional. It's not random, it's not chaotic, it's about shared interest and real alignment. That already feels different.
Yeah. I mean, I want to sit with that for a second. Sync mate. It's not a follower, it's not a match in the swipe left or swipe right sense. I mean, it's just someone you're actually in sync with.
And I like that it takes some of the guesswork out of it. You're not starting from zero, you already know that there's something in common there.
It lets you enter the conversations knowing you both love photography or gaming or obscure documentaries or whatever your thing is. I mean, there's such a better starting point than, so what do you do?
Which, let's be honest, is the hardest question in the world sometimes.
Yes. Synchrony said, we can do better than that, and they did.
So, you see now how to sync with someone and start a connection, but let's be real. Even when you have something in common, that first message can still feel like the hardest part. If you ever get stuck wondering what to say next, guess what? Synchrony has your back. There's optional support built right into messaging. It's there if you want it, and completely yours if you don't. Let's take a look at how that works.
This is our messages section, so I might want to message Sophie since we just synced up. Here you'll get, upon the first time using Synchrony, you'll get some prompts which tell you all about our on-demand social coach, Jessie. So here's Jessie, this little icon down the bottom, and Jessie is there to help you if you ever get stuck in a conversation. Let me show you what that looks like. So I could send a message to Sophie here. Hey there. But say I get stuck, Sophie hasn't replied to me, and I don't know how to either get her attention, or I just don't really know what to do in that situation because I really want to talk with her. I can press Jessie, and here we have our next prompt, which is choose an option. Got it. These are the 3 options where we can structure your social support.
Okay, we have to talk about Jessie for a second. This is the part that really changes the game. Jessie is what makes Synchrony feel truly supportive for the neurodivergent community. It's not there to replace real conversation, nor is it there to dictate everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely flexible. Hitting the Jessie button is like calling a timeout and huddling with a coach.
I like that. Coach Jesse. Yes. He doesn't play the game for you, but he's definitely there to get you through a tough spot and keep the conversation going.
Or can help you set boundaries when you need a break. I mean, let's learn how he makes that happen.
So depending on what I'm looking for out of Jesse will depend on which option I choose. So express myself helps our members figure out what to say or how to say it. So maybe kicking off a conversation with somebody or continuing a conversation with somebody, or you just don't know how to reply, you would select express myself. Understand what's happening is where our members might be confused in a social situation. So maybe they didn't understand a joke, or maybe an emoji kind of felt a little bit confusing, or it just feels like they're missing something. That's where you can select understand what's happening, that social nuance that can be hard to figure out sometimes. Next in Lucky Last is protect my comfort, and this is boundary setting. So say you felt uncomfortable in a situation and you don't know what to do or how to say it, or maybe you just want to exit a conversation kindly, that would be when you would say protect my comfort. You can also ask anything down the bottom if it doesn't seem to, your needs don't seem to fit into one of these three categories, but it's important to note that Jesse will only help our members with social communication support, with the support back and forth between them and the members. So you can't ask random questions like you would ask to another AI provider. So I couldn't ask for help of what I want to eat for dinner tonight, or I couldn't ask for help with applying for a job. That is not the type of help that Jesse will provide. It's only support related to you and the other Synchrony members. So that is the little tour of Jesse. So let's try it out. Express myself. Okay, let's see what Jesse comes back with. I'd love to help you figure this out. So you've sent Sophie, hey there, and now you're thinking about what comes next. That makes sense. Starting a conversation and keeping the momentum going can feel tricky sometimes. What would you like to express or share with Sophie? Like, are you looking to ask her something, tell her about yourself, find common ground, or something else? I'm thinking ask her something. Let's see what Jesse comes back with. Got it. You want to ask Sophie something to keep the conversation going. That's a great way to show genuine interest and get to know her better. What would you like to ask her about? Is there something specific you're curious about, like her interests, what she does, something from her profile, or just something to get her talking? Get her talking. Perfect. You want to ask Sophie something that'll get her engaged and sharing about herself. Here are a few directions we could go. 1, ask her about her interests or hobbies. 2, ask her about something personal but light, like what she's been up to lately. And 3, ask an open-ended question that invites her to share her thoughts or opinions. Which one feels right to you? Let's do interests or hobbies. Okay, so this is the cool part where Jesse actually will provide our members with reply options, and you can just send that straight into your chat box. So great choice. Asking about her interests is a natural way to find common ground and learn what matters to her. Here are some options that feel conversational and genuine. So I've got 4 different options here that I can choose from, and press that little blue send button and it'll go straight into my chat box. So what kind of stuff do you like to do in your free time? What are you into? Any hobbies or interests you're passionate about? Tell me about something you're really into right now. Could be anything. What do you like to do for fun? I'm curious what keeps you busy. I'm going to go with that last option. There we go. And once it's in your chat box, you can edit it if you want to. So say maybe I wanted to add an emoji. Let's go over here to little smiley face. Great. So that is our messages, and that is Jesse.
So what do you think about those options? Express myself, understand what's happening, and protect my comfort.
I really resonate with almost every one of these. I feel like there's a situation for each point that I've at least had a lived experience through, but for me, I think expressing myself is always very difficult at times. Sometimes I don't know how to phrase things. I'm just not the best with words. Or I feel like it can be very overwhelming and I don't want to say too much. So having a resource like Jesse, I know it can be very overwhelming even to tell a bot like that, but it is very useful, and I think it could be very supportive, at least for me.
I completely agree with you. Wow. Well, we want to remind you that at the end of the day, Jesse isn't the main character, you are. It's like having a smart, calm backup in your pocket for those moments when your brain freezes or you're overthinking a message.
Okay. But what if, even with the extra boost from Jesse, you don't feel like this connection is going anywhere? Let's take a look at how to unsync.
Hit it.
Something else I want to showcase is maybe somebody has upset you and maybe you don't want to talk to them anymore. So I could go over here to Brittany R. And we can see here that there's nothing really upsetting here, but that's okay. Let's just say I just don't feel like it's a good match. I can go and unsync her like this. I can give a reason why I'm unsyncing her, such as we're not a good match. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but maybe I just want to close off that communication. We're not a good match. Continue. I can give additional details that only I will see. I don't think we're right for each other. Unsync with Brittany R. And then we've been unsynced. And so now you can see there that there is an unsync option.
Well, that's super easy and intuitive.
It's really pretty straightforward. That matches so well with the way most ND brains work. Clear and defined.
Yeah, no ghosting and no one's left wondering, wait, what happened?
Would it help to do one high-level pass through the app one more time?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so that is everything as part of the Synchrony app. So we have the For You page where you can see everybody. You have your SyncMate section where you can see sync requests coming in and sync requests that you have sent. You can see all of your SyncMates here where you can message them. And you can view and edit your own profile. And that is the Synchrony app.
Now, we are sure there are going to be questions like, how do I upload a profile picture? We got your notes and comments, and that is now working, by the way. And you might have another question like, how much longer is the app free?
That last one is easy. Sign up now, and it will be free through April.
Sure, but once you get your profile verified, it will only be natural to have more questions. Now, if you want to know the answer to those questions right now, you can drop them in the chat. I mean, we want to know what they are.
And not to worry, the Sync team will get you those answers. There are some facts up right now on the website, joinsynchrony.com. So if you get stuck, you can also check there.
And I'm going to slow that down because we use some lingo there. Facts. FAQs is a frequently asked question. Whoa. I forget that sometimes. Now, you can also email support@joinsynchrony.com. One more time, that's support@joinsynchrony.com.
In the coming days, we'll be answering the questions you drop here in the chat on your socials as well. As you can see, the team has put tons of time and effort into making this a supportive and accessible place to build friendships and community, and that support is going to continue well beyond tonight.
Now, we do want to talk to you a little about what we're seeing come through the chat. So let us know, how is the downloading going? Do you need help with anything? How's it going with the profile picture? How's it going building out your profile? What else do you want to know about?
Yeah, things you may be excited for to add to your profile, or maybe some features that you find super helpful, or things you might even want to see added to it.
Do you have any questions? Let us see them. Everything you just heard, it's not coming soon. It's not in development. It's live. That's right. You can download right now in the Synchrony app.
On the Apple Store, search for Synchrony, find your people.
And the other thing is we're going to share more with you right here.
All right, so you're checking out the App Store. I've got something in store for you. It's that time again. We're going to get ready for another giveaway. If you join the mailing list, you're officially in the running. We love rewarding the early adopter energy.
Truly, this is founding member energy, and we're here for it.
Remember, we'll be checking to make sure you're on the mailing list, so if you're not sure, now's your moment to double check. No stress, we've got you.
And just a reminder, there are always multiple giveaways tonight. That's always, but what I mean by always is right now. So if your name doesn't get called in right now, stay with us. There's more coming.
All right, so let's do this. Sync team, are you there?
Help us announce the winner. We're looking forward to talking to you.
Yeah.
Yay!
We are so happy to see everybody engaging in the comments and finding friends. I see a few new friendships forming already, which is awesome. I just wanted to pop on and say we've seen a couple of things about Google Play. Any Android user can absolutely still download Synchrony. Directions are if you follow the QR code or on our website to download that version of the app. Google Play is coming very, very soon. So we have the App Store, and then we have another version available for our Android users as well, with Google Play coming really soon. But regardless, we have a winner.
All right, we're getting ready. Get ready to announce it. I hope I'm not butchering this name. It is, drumroll, Brooke Renaud from Vermont. Congratulations. And if you weren't earlier, the winner will be notified more than likely tomorrow via email with instructions on how to claim your gift. And we hope you love it. Thank you. Back to the studio, guys. Have fun.
Yes,
Yay!
congratulations,
That's right.
Brooke. Very jealous.
From Vermont.
Yes.
Oh, congratulations. Wait, they have maple syrup in Vermont? Have you heard about this?
Yes.
It's like the best maple syrup anywhere. Brooke, I gotta talk to you about the maple syrup in your home state.
Yes, coming up next, we have a break coming up shortly. We also, don't forget to stay tuned, we have a special guest panel coming up soon and another giveaway.
Woohoo! Get ready for that, an extra giveaway. And for right now, we're gonna go ahead and go to break.
He's the one. I'm believing in my lead. 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 He's the one. 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 the one, is the one. I'm believing in my leads, is the one. I'm believing in my leads, is the one, is the one, is the one. I'm believing in my leads, is the one. I'm believing in my leads, is the one.
I tried so hard to like stop thinking about it, but
I'm believing in my leads, is the one niche I can hold. Falling to my knees is the next step I've been told.
Baby, can you ease my mind on the phone? I miss you, but I'll be alright. No control, I'm running, I can feel tonight. Can you shine your light? Where have you gone? Baby, can you ease my mind on the phone? I miss you, but I'll be alright. No control, I'm running, I can feel tonight. Can you shine your light? Can you ease my mind? 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 So baby, can you ease my mind? Can you shine your light? Gone. Baby, can you ease my mind on the phone? I miss you, but I'll be alright. No control, I'm running, I can feel tonight. Can you shine your light? Where have you gone? Baby, can you ease my mind on the phone? I miss you, but I'll be alright. No control, I'm running, I can feel tonight. Can you shine your light? Can you ease my mind? 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 So baby, can you ease my mind? Can you shine your light? Shine your light. Right. Can you shine your light?
All right, welcome back, everyone. I hope you grabbed some water, stretched, did whatever you needed to do. Before the break, we put up a question on the screen and asked, what is a fact you hope to share with friends about your interests and hobbies? And some of these are so good. I'm seeing fun facts, deep knowledge, and very interesting niche expertise.
Oh, yes. One that really stuck out to me was astrophotography. I think that's photography of the night sky. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that sounds so cool.
Yeah, my gosh. Ooh. We see baking, we see anime, we see so much stuff. Love all of those. This is turning into such a strong community feeling. It's being able to share the thing you light up about and having someone lean in instead of tuning out. In a few minutes, we'll be welcoming our special guests, Kairos Keenan Westcott from The Vibe with Kai, Kaylin Partlow from Netflix's Love on the Spectrum and author of Life on the Bridge, and Cyan Bloom, autism and disability activist and writer.
That's right. Now, we want to go ahead and start to prep you for this panel, okay? So go ahead and add into the chat what you want to hear from our panelists. Now, we're going to be talking about starting new conversations, experience building, friendships and connection, maintaining confidence to keep trying, and knowing when to establish boundaries and taking time for self-care.
Before we move into the next portion of the evening, I want to say something that feels important. Community isn't about numbers. You don't need thousands of followers. You don't need a big platform. You don't even need to be well known to find community. You just need to be you.
Yes, community isn't about popularity. It's about authenticity. It's about showing up as yourself and finding people who appreciate that. That's what we want to celebrate tonight.
Some of the most powerful voices in any community are the everyday ones, the people who are excited, hopeful, thoughtful, and ready to connect.
And that is exactly what is the next segment. I'm so excited to introduce to you several more people who are excited to join Synchrony and share what this community means to them. Go right ahead.
Dear Synchrony, I'm so excited for the new launch of this app. I've been following for a little while now, and I'm just so excited. I can't wait for the new app to open up.
Dear Synchrony, I'm Fayo. Growing up, I was that quiet kid outside that everyone thought couldn't say a word. But at home, I was always asking so many questions that my mom's favorite phrase became, I don't know, ask the dictionary. If I was born some years later, maybe it will have been, I don't know, ask ChatGPT. I'm much older now, but that part of me hasn't changed. To most people outside, I seem quiet and reserved, but when I find people I feel safe with, I become a full-blown chatterbox. And this is why I'm super excited that Synchrony is launching. It's an opportunity to find a safe space, to find my people, the people I can feel at home with. I can't wait to get synced.
Dear Synchrony, I really like plants, animals, and birds. And so I'm really excited for the launch this month to meet people just like me. I really want to meet people that aren't like other people where they really like bright lights and loud sounds. So I'm really excited to meet people that are just like me. Yeah, very excited.
Hey Synchrony, I think I'm excited for about this app is just being able to connect to people like me and to find out what other people are interested in who are like me, and just to be able to be like with my people. Thanks.
Okay, I love some of these connection points. There's something about hearing real people talk about what they're hoping for that just makes this feel real.
That's right. It's the honesty for me. It's, I'm ready for something different kind of energy. I mean, you can feel that this isn't just about an app, it's about belonging.
And now we're curious.
We have to ask.
Have you downloaded the app yet?
Okay, go ahead and drop it in the chat. Yes, no, or doing it right now.
And no pressure either way. We just love seeing where everyone's at.
Mm-hmm. Now, before we go any further, I did want to say something that was so cool from that last video. Birds. I love birds too. It's a new thing for me. My partner's into birds, so we've been looking at the birds on our walks.
Yeah. I have an irrational fear of birds. However, I'm working on it, and I've been doing my little exposure therapy.
That's great.
But there's no pressure either way. We just love seeing where everyone's at with downloading the app.
Mm-hmm. While the community is starting to build inside the app, let's finally welcome our very special guests here to the event tonight. I mean, these voices in the ND community have made us laugh, feel empowered, inspired, and much more.
Let's take a look at who we've got joining us. We are so excited to welcome.
Known to most of you as Kai, Kairos Keenan Westcott is a social media content creator and mental health advocate. After being diagnosed with ADHD at age 34, Kai has made his core mission to make heavy topics like ADHD, anxiety, and depression approachable through humor, honesty, and authentic storytelling. I mean, Kai uses his platforms to break down stigmas and foster a space where adults navigating neurodivergence can find the tools and stories that they need to stay afloat.
Also joining us tonight is Cyan Bloom, a content creator and disability educator whose work explores autism, chronic illness, and the everyday systems that shape our lives. She focuses on making complex experiences accessible and helping others better understand the intersection of disability, health, and community.
That's right. And last but not least, we are excited to welcome Kaylin Partlow, an autistic therapist, public speaker, content creator, and author to our stage. She shares autism insight through national speaking events, social media, and her work at Project Hope Foundation. Now, oh, yay! Hi, everyone. Oh, my goodness, I'm so excited to see you. Welcome. It is so nice that you could join us tonight for the launch of such an important space. We spent a lot of time talking about some of the features and benefits of the Synchrony app and the ways it's meant to break down barriers and help us not to hold back neurodivergent adults. I mean, accessibility to community is a real problem and one that I think deserves a lot more attention. So I would love to start there. The first topic we're going to talk about is what makes connection more accessible for ND adults. So I'll start with our first question, and this one is going to go to Kaylin. In your experience, what tends to make connection harder for ND adults?
I think from personal, small talk can be a huge barrier. A lot of times, neurotypical folks will use small talk to kind of build familiarity with each other. And for a lot of ND adults, that's not really something that we're always able to do. It's not accessible for us, which is not to say that's the truth for everybody, but a lot of us have a hard time with small talk. And I think that can lead into some perceptions that we are maybe unfriendly or unapproachable or uninterested. Can you still see me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I got some feedback. What was I saying? Oh yeah, small talk. Yeah, small talk can be a barrier. Hidden expectations can also be a barrier. So not everybody has the same access to information about social rules. What might be standard and expected for you and me might be totally like unexpected for somebody else. And then I think another thing that really gets in the way is past social traumas. People with autism specifically often have really bad experiences with bullying in school. And so those repeated, from their perspective, failures in social settings can really kind of negatively impact their ability to make connections.
Thank you so much for sharing about that, and really beautiful work that you're doing, and just love following your journey and learning more about you all the time. This next one is going to be for Cyan. When have you felt particularly supported as an ND person in a community space? What made you feel supported?
Well, I'm going to count my doctor's office as a community space, a very important community space. So there was one day that I walked into my neuropsychologist's office and I immediately got a headache. And at that time, I didn't connect it to anything. Um, I just thought I randomly got a headache. And then the neuropsychologist noticed that I started squinting, and she dimmed most of the lights and asked me how that was, and the headache went away immediately. And if you have autism, you know that sensory stuff can trigger headaches like lights and sounds. And at that time, I didn't realize it, but to me, that was one of the most, that time was the most supported I've felt like ever. And I think it was because they adjusted the environment instead of expecting me to push through it. Um, it kind of made me think that a lot of uh, neurodivergent distress is environmental, and a lot of the support can be easily fixed, like even with something as simple as dimming the lights.
That's really
Absolutely.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's also a good example of how Synchrony is really a great place to accommodate, and really you are made for that purpose. And this is a space that's created for you. And it's really nice to hear that you are being taken care of and supported in the ways that you need to be supported. So the next topic that I think we should talk about is building confidence and showing up in community spaces and friendships. Kai, I would love to ask you, you came into your diagnosis and understanding of your ND later in life than a lot of other people do. Once you understood more about your ADHD, is there anything that you changed in what you were looking for in community spaces or friendships?
Great question. First and foremost, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here with everybody. Getting diagnosed at 34 was like finally somebody handed me like a manual for my own head. And honestly, it made me stop auditioning for friendships. You know what I'm saying? So like for years, I was basically a full-time performer in neurotypical circles. And I was constantly checking my volume, my facial expressions, my weirdness, just to make sure I wasn't making anybody uncomfortable. And it felt like I was running a marathon every single day while everyone else was just out for like a light stroll. And so by the time that I got home, I was completely spent with nothing left for myself. And so like once that diagnosis hit, I realized that the exhaustion wasn't because I was bad at being social. It was because I was trying to play a game where the rules just weren't written for me. And so now I'm not looking like for the cool crowd anymore. I'm like the farthest person from cool you'll ever meet in your life. But I'm like looking for like the messy rooms and the places where I can admit that I forgot to text somebody back for a month and nobody takes it personally. My friendships now are built on this like no shame kind of thing where we just all get it. And so I want to be around people who are totally fine with the fact that my brain is just high speed and high energy, and sometimes I don't have much control over it. So if I can't be my scattered, enthusiastic, burnt out self with you, then we're probably not going to be friends, and that's totally okay with me. Life is just too short to be spending it apologizing for the way that your brain is wired.
That's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I think community is really important, and I really value everything you had to say. Kaylin, this next question is for you. Will you share your thoughts on the role shared interests play in forming meaningful friendships?
I think it kind of goes back to what I was saying about small talk being such a barrier to forming connections, in that with shared spaces, with shared interests, that pressure for small talk with how's your weekend or how's things at work going, that kind of disappears. You've got kind of this shared script. If I'm here for dog training, for example, and you're here for dog training, we can talk about dog breeds and we don't have to get caught up in the, how was your weekend kind of nonsense that so many of us struggle so deeply with. So yeah, I think reducing the pressure of small talk and fostering those meaningful conversations for things that we're passionate about can really help build connection that's longer lasting and not so superficial. I can think of several like workplace relationships that I have that like obviously I'm interested in my work, but not everybody shares such a deep passion for it in the way that I do. And so my connection to those people is very surface level. But if people are intentionally connecting on purpose, not just because they have to, because that's where their job is, you've got both sides are more or less equally passionate. And so it's a lot easier to build connection that way.
Thank you for sharing. Cyan, I would like to ask you the same question. Do you have any thoughts on the role shared interest plays in forming meaningful friendships?
I'm not familiar with that term. Can you clear that up a little bit? Role interest play. What is that?
Yeah, role shared interest play is kind of your hobbies, your interests, things you partake in, things that you may enjoy, and how you find your hobbies or interests actually connect you to communities and bond you to new friendships.
I feel like that's the core of most of my friendships are shared interests. Um, Being an autistic person means that I have extremely narrow interests, and I've been lucky to find community online where there are people who are into the same things as me. I'm very into history, I'm into making dolls, and so um, for me, that's been the foundation of all of my friendships. And if it weren't for that, I really I don't know really what my friendships would be based on. I think it really gives us something we can get really deep on, you know, um, on topics that other people really can't because they don't think the same ways that we do.
That's really special. Kai, do you have any comments on shared interests in friendships?
There we go. I think that shared interests go give us a space where our natural intensity is actually a good thing, right? So in most social settings, like we're told that sometimes, especially in the neurodivergent community, that we're too much when we get excited. But in a community of people who love the same things, that enthusiasm that we have, it's more celebrated. So it creates this like zone of no shame where you could just be your authentic, hyper-focused self without feeling that you have to apologize all the time. So over time, that shared excitement, I think it builds a level of trust and more importantly, safety that can turn a casual acquaintance into something that's more like a deep, lasting friendship.
Thank you for sharing about that. And the theme I'm really hearing is being able to be yourself. So thank you for sharing about that, all three of you. We're next going to talk about confidence in self-advocacy. So I want to start with Cyan. You're really outspoken about accessibility for both autistic adults, but also because of your unique position for disabled adults as well. What gives you the confidence to advocate for increased accessibility?
Oh, that's really a couple of things. For one, I think I got more confident at unmasking, and that really happened after my diagnosis. And like Kai, I was also late diagnosed. I was diagnosed at 30. So that's really been a journey for me. But I think unmasking and not worrying so much about my tone or my facial expressions or what people are going to think has helped me feel more confident in unmasking, which has then made me feel more confident in advocating for myself and for others. And at the same time, I don't think it's as much confidence as it is necessity, like having to advocate for myself because most spaces are not accessible. So I have to go into spaces and automatically advocate for myself as both an autistic person and someone who uses a wheelchair. Because if a space isn't accessible, then I can't participate. And that can go, in any community space, whether that's, a club at a library or going into a doctor's office that I can't fit into because of my wheelchair. So I think when something determines like whether you can function or not, it becomes relatively easy to speak out.
Absolutely. And thank you for sharing about that. I mean, I admire the way you stand up for yourself like nobody's business. So thank you for leading the way. And I'm going to toss a question to Kai. How do you see the role of self-advocacy strengthening the ND community?
Um, for me, self-advocacy is not about making big demands or giving some sort of like formal speech. It's really just about finally being honest with yourself. For a long time, I actually felt guilty for asking for what I need, whether that was a quieter space or maybe just a few extra minutes to get my thoughts together. And I felt like I was being difficult or I was being an inconvenience just because my brain functioned differently than everybody else's. But I figured out that being clear with my needs is actually the kindest thing that I can do for my relationships and friendships and all that. If I don't tell people what's happening to me, I'm not giving them a fair chance to actually show up for me. So when we're open to about needing a break or being overwhelmed or anything like that, it helps everyone else in the room feel like they can be honest as well. So it's so important for this community because it takes away that feeling that you're the only person who can't keep up. Every time I share a struggle, I see people around me relax a little bit because they realize that they aren't alone in this. So we're basically saying that having a different kind of brain isn't a problem that needs to be solved. It's just who we are. And that kind of thing deserves respect. So when we stop hiding what we need, we can finally move past just trying to get through the day and actually start feeling understood.
Wow, I really related to that, Kai. Thank you for sharing about that. Just to be able to show up all the way, your real self, needs included, right? It's like, yeah, that's the dream. And when you start finding that community, it means everything. I actually want to ask the same question to Kaylin as well. So, Kaylin, how do you see the role of self-advocacy strengthening the ND community?
I really, really loved what Kai just said. That really resonates with me a lot. I frequently tell people that clarity is kindness. And so I just want to echo what he just said, that telling people what you need is one of the kinder things that you can do. And it really does empower people around you to express those needs as well. I oftentimes wear really big, like the construction kind of noise canceling headphones. And people ask, how do you get the confidence to do that sort of thing? And we kind of talked about it a second ago when it was like, well, you kind of have to. Like, I couldn't be here, I couldn't participate without these headphones. And when people see that in the real world being kind of demonstrated to them, it really empowers them to do the same for themselves. And I think everybody benefits from that.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that, Kaylin. And that's exactly right. When you start saying like, hey, this is what I need, I'm going to show up as my real self. I love what you said about it invites other people to share their needs as well, and then make all of those relationships more authentic. So we do want to open up the questions. We want to open up to some of the questions we received in the chat in a moment. But in the meantime, sorry, if you haven't put in the chat yet your questions for the panelists, we want to invite you to do that right now. So please go ahead and put your questions in the chat. In the meantime, we want to ask this to everyone on the panel. And now I'm going to toss it to Elton.
Yes. What's one piece of advice you guys can give to our guest and future syncmates who might be hesitant about jumping into a community or friendship. If we'd like to start, Kaylin, do you have any thoughts on any advice you'd like to give?
Okay, can you hear me now? Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, piece of advice is that, hold on, let me think. The thought is loading. Sometimes when we try new things, we fail. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. I think it's really important that you reframe that failure that you're going to label in your head as personal failure as a mismatch. So it's not that I suck at socializing, I suck at being around people. It's that I am not a match for this person. But that doesn't mean that you're not a match for a different person or a different group. So just kind of going into it, not expecting failure, but just knowing that if it doesn't work, it's a mismatch. It's not a personal failing, if that makes sense.
Being gracious with yourself is just as important as being gracious with other people. Kai, do you have any advice to give?
Yeah, inc- it's understanding why joining a new group can feel overwhelming, especially if you're constantly like remembering every social mistake that you've ever made in the past, right? So like my best advice is just stop trying to find a best friend the moment that you walk into a door or join a chat. That I think that creates this level of pressure that usually makes social anxiety even worse. So instead, I recommend focusing on just making a deep connection right away and try to find one specific topic or hobby that you actually enjoy talking about. It's a lot easier to talk about a subject that you know well. In my case, I love talking about roller coasters. I can talk about roller coasters all day, theme parks, Disney, Universal, Six Flags, all that kind of stuff. It's easier to talk about stuff that you love and that you know than it is to try to navigate this like general social interaction and small talk. Caitlin, I think you earlier you were talking about small talk and like that's just I can't do it. It physically hurts me to do that kind of stuff. Um, so when you focus on the topic itself, the conversation tends to happen more naturally because you just aren't overthinking every single move. So that would be the number one piece of advice I'd give.
Yeah, I think that's super helpful. The more in depth, the more passionate you are, the easier the conversation is. And Cyan, do you have any advice to give to future syncmates about who might be hesitant about jumping into the community or forming friendships?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, first of all. Um, First of all, I feel like I'm kind of a hesitant person when it comes to friendships, being autistic and having trauma and not liking small talk and having social anxiety because of those things. So for me, friendships can feel like tasks, which I hate to say that, but it's been like that my entire life. Especially when there's a lot of like social performance that I think is expected of me. And oftentimes I'll leave those interactions feeling drained or even depressed. Um, and I have close friends now, and they're all neurodivergent. And it took years to build those friendships because of that social anxiety. And my point in saying all that is that you can take your time. You don't have to jump in all at once. If you're going to an event, if it's online or in person, you can just quietly observe. You don't have to put that pressure on yourself. You can leave early. You can keep your camera off. Um, just observe and be careful if that's how you feel comfortable. And when you're ready, you can jump in.
I think that's really wonderful. It's taking your time. It can be so, I think, scary to even allow yourself to have the time to form those friendships. But I think the best friendships are the ones that you nurture and really take your time to grow. So thank you for sharing that, all of you. I think even I feel like I learned a lot. Some of your answers made me a little emotional, but I really appreciate all of them.
Me too. Oh, sorry to cut you off.
No.
I was going to say, because I got so excited, that part about the mismatch was so encouraging because instead of it being something that becomes personal to me or feel like a personal failure, I get to say, hey, that was a mismatch. Next, let me move on and try the next one, because it's more important for me to be my authentic self than to try to fit in the mold or find a best friend in every situation, just like Kai was saying as well. So thank you to all of you for sharing those questions. I do believe we are waiting on a question in the chat. So let me confirm that that's what we're waiting on. And in the meantime, we can find another fun thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, we have it. I think we are having a question pop up. We're waiting for the rest of the question. Oh, here we go.
Sweet. The question is, when you are ADHD, how do you find people whose interests go as deep as yours? I think that's a great question.
That is a really good one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to repeat it one more time. When you are help me with that one.
ADHD, which is autism and ADHD.
That's right. Thank you. How do you find people whose interests go as deep as yours?
Sweet.
Want me to take that one? I can. Yeah. Okay. I think that it usually requires moving away from like the general social spaces and more into like a niche information dense environment. So like in standard social settings, people often engage with topics like on a surface level, but ADHD deep dives are like driven by a need for granular detail and specialized knowledge. So to find others who match this, I think that you should look for spaces where like info dumping is seen as a form of connection rather than an interruption. Things like online forums, Discord servers, research-heavy communities, like those that are dedicated to, I think somebody in the chat was talking about Fallout, like modding specific games, things like that. Like those kind of things are ideal because they attract people who prioritize the data and the why behind the subject just as much as you do. So I think the most effective way to identify these people is to use your own specialized knowledge as a signal to others. And hopefully you can connect with them that way. Just again, be your authentic, intense self from the start. And by doing that, you create an invitation for others to drop their own mask and meet you at the same level.
Wow. Thank you for sharing about that. Did anyone else on the panel want to also answer that question? How do you find people that their interests go as deep as yours?
I did have something to add. If you can't find these people, worst case scenario, you teach. Which, like, is not to say that teaching is bad, but like, if you can't find someone who loves the thing as much as you do, create people who love the thing as much as you do. That's what a lot of professors do all day, every day. It's what a lot of public speakers do all day, every day. You can inspire that same passion that you feel in other people. A lot of times when people see how passionate you are, they may become curious and grow that passion themselves.
Ooh, okay. That one gave me chills because I just feel so nerdy about all kinds of things, but especially like a Meisner acting technique is a very niche acting technique. And it just made me feel like, whoa, I can create my community out of that. Thank you for sharing about that.
Yeah. Sweet.
Oh, we got another question coming in. Elton, do you want to take it?
How can you get more comfortable asking for accommodations and using them and not feeling bad or guilty about it? Cyan, I think this is a good question for you. Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I think something that helps me is if it's for myself, it's trying to remember that um, when you advocate for yourself, you're really doing it for everybody else. For example, one time I went into a restroom and there was a piece of wood under the sink and it fell on me. And I could have just left and been like, oh well, but I like purposely went out of my way and told found the office, the person who's in charge of the building, and ended up taking care of it and it was fixed within a week. And I think it had been that way for a while, but I think it also comes down to just practice. You have to practice speaking up for yourself. That's pretty much what it is that's what there was something else I was gonna say, but my processing slowed down and I forgot, but maybe come back to me because it'll come back.
Actually gave me so much to think about, like what you do echoes into eternity, right? And so like they could feel like little things, they could actually be really big things because we don't know how many people you helped that day when you helped fix that sink. It's like everybody else that came through there got to have this benefit. So thank you so much for doing that. It reminds me like, oh, it goes beyond me, right? There's a ripple effect.
I think it's having that courage and really speaking up. It can be really scary to say something in the moment, but understanding sometimes that it's not just for you can actually motivate you and make you feel more confident. So
Yeah.
I try to find a lot of inspiration from that as well.
Absolutely. I think we'll toss that question around to the panel as well. How do you stand up for yourself, right? How do you advocate for yourself? What are some of the tips and tricks?
Yeah, I can talk a little bit more about that. I think that it's important to reframe these things as like tools rather than asking for help or asking for favors, right? So I think think of it like a pair of glasses, right? It doesn't give a person an unfair advantage. It just simply allows them to see the same information as everybody else. So to reduce the guilt, try focusing on the outcome rather than the deficit by informing others that these adjustments allow you to work at your highest potential and prevent the burnout that might come from it, whether it's physical or mental. You don't owe anybody this detailed medical history. You don't. Just simply saying that you're the most effective when using a specific tool, like you were talking about noise canceling headphones earlier, or like that kind of like that shifts the conversation towards success instead. So I think ultimately using accommodations is a responsible way to manage your energy and ensure that you show up consistently for yourself and your community without hitting a wall.
Yeah, that's really insightful. The reframing, I think, is very important, and how you are advocating for yourself is just as important of how you are best functioning. Because I think everyone else wants you to be at your highest self. So it's really important to think of it as what could be rather than what's holding you back. I really appreciate that.
Of course. And Kaylin, did you want to answer that question too? Or we have
Yeah,
another one that came in. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say the only thought I had about that is personally what I do to feel more comfortable asking for accommodations for myself is I will make a statement. I don't ask for permission, but I will make a statement about the specific accommodation. And the reason I do this is because I want to have control over when and how other people notice. They're going to notice. I know they're thinking about it, and I want to control that narrative a little bit. And it doesn't have to be weird, and you don't have to dominate the conversation. If you're wearing sunglasses indoors, for example, someone who's really, really sensitive to fluorescent lighting, you might say, oh man, these fluorescent lights, they really kill me. And that's the end of the discussion. Or if you're wearing headphones, you might say, I have really sensitive hearing. Personally, I like to make a joke. I'll say that my hearing is kind of equivalent to the hearing of a dog. Like dogs don't like fireworks. I don't like fireworks. It's the same thing. And sometimes people will chuckle and then you move on. You don't have to stay on that topic forever. You're not asking their permission. You're just controlling when and how they notice. And you're kind of letting it enter the chat without it being about you necessarily.
Thank you so much for sharing about that. And I relate to that as well. So I do think we have another question in the chat. They are really excited to hear from you. So thank you so much for being here. And now I'm going to toss it to Elton.
Yes, since autism is a skill, do you ever feel like it's hard to find where you fit in? Kaylin, do you have any thoughts?
Oh, yes, I do feel like it's hard to find where I fit in. I am someone who has a lot of language ability. A lot of people on the spectrum have the experience of not speaking until much later in life. I spoke early. I started speaking at 8 months. My sentences were always intelligible. Language has always been a strength for me. And so finding other autistic people who kind of fit my same profile of being highly socially motivated, being very language abled, has been very, very challenging. The internet is a wonderful and magical place sometimes. And sometimes you can find those people who are kind of not necessarily a match, right? Because all of us are different, but people who have enough similarities that you may have an interesting connection there.
Yeah, it's really all about connection and finding people and knowing that those people exist out there. So thank you so much for sharing. Now we are almost out of time, but I want to just toss it back to Kai and Cyan if you had any last thoughts to give before we had to say farewell for the evening.
I think just to talk about the last question, it's important to remember that autism is a spectrum. So I don't really feel that I fit into one particular place. Like one day I might be better at speaking than I am the next day. Um, and one day I might be able to tolerate, crowds, and one day I might not. So, I think when you're finding people, you have to just let them know that you're a human being and your needs fluctuate. And I think that's why it can be hard to like feel like we fit in anywhere is because we're not consistent. I mean, we're human beings, and I think we need to think of ourselves that way too. And I think like if you're honest with other people about that they'll be like, hey, like I don't really feel like I fit in here either. Like I'm kind of all over the spectrum or whatever. And I think most people will relate to that. And you'll if you think of it that way, you might have a better time finding friendships that are compatible with your needs.
So very true. The spectrum, I think, is always a good reminder to know. Some days you're even going to feel like you are on top of the world, willing to talk, and other days you just maybe need to put your headphones on and share a little silent moment. Kai, I would love to ask you if you have any final thoughts on anything.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to give a shout out to Kaylin and Cyan for the work that you both do as well, because that's really important and it's thankless work. So really thank you for everything that y'all do. I think that at the end of the day, people need to stop looking at neurodivergence as like as a set of problems that need to be solved and just start seeing it as a different way of existing. And I think that deserves to be respected. Because again, for like the longest time, I thought I was broken because I didn't keep up with the neurotypical world. But I've learned that when you stop apologizing for your brain and start finding more people like you, we stop surviving and we start living. So if anybody's watching this right now and you're feeling like you don't fit in, just know that your weirdness or whatever it may be, it's actually the most interesting part of you. And there's a whole community out there that's waiting to nerd out with you. Like I can nerd out about Meisner all day. I studied Meisner in college as well, so I can nerd out about that stuff. And like there's plenty of stuff that'll help you let the mask slip. So we're all just figuring this out as we go. So give yourself some grace, be your own best friend, and remember that being too much is like being too much for the wrong people. That just means you're exactly right for the people who actually count.
I gotta say, mic drop. Maybe because you mentioned Meisner, but no, honestly, that was so beautiful. And what you said really helps me just wrap it up to say, wow, we want to have community where you can show up all the way, not have to mask. You can be yourself. And your needs can be real and they can be honest. And you can find other people that have needs too. And then you can start to build together something that feels real and honest, and friendships that are ones that you say, you know what, this is it. This is what I'm happy to be a part of.
Yeah. Just thank you again to Kaylin, Kai, and Cyan. All of your insight and the work you are doing outside of here is so important. And I just want to extend a big thanks to all of you for coming here tonight and talking with us.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. See you soon.
Wow, that was such an insightful and thoughtful conversation. I'm really grateful to our panelists for their honesty and perspective. There's just something powerful about hearing lived experience in real time.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. What I love is that there wasn't a single right way to build connection. It's like everybody has a different path and a different style and a different comfort level. I mean, that's the whole point. There's many different paths to community.
And hopefully you heard something in there that felt familiar. Maybe something that made you think, okay, I can do this.
I know that's what I was thinking. All right, we are not done yet. We have one more giveaway tonight. Yay!
This is your final reminder. Drop your name and email by following the instructions on the screen.
That's right. There's so much founding member energy right now. I mean, has anyone ever been such an early adopter before?
This is like discovering a band before they get famous. By being here tonight, you are jumping into the app. You'll get bragging rights forever.
Like I said, founding member energy. And speaking of our founding members, I'm looking to see if we have any last remaining questions before we bring our founder team back on for one last giveaway. Hopefully everyone has had a chance to get their name into the drawing for this last giveaway. If you haven't, go ahead and jump it in there real quick.
And we probably don't have time to go through all the questions right now, but there's certainly been an awesome chat going on. But as a reminder, if you didn't get your questions answered in real time tonight in the chat, the team at Synchrony will be answering them throughout the week on their social media. So make sure you go follow.
Their attention to detail never stops. I mean, I love it. What do you think? Are we ready for that last giveaway?
I think so. The submissions are in. The random winner is chosen. Let's make this last giveaway really special. Sing team, are you guys still there?
Oh my gosh, the panel was so wonderful. Thank you for such, I mean, to you guys in the studio, and then also to the people who are on this event. Truly just really thoughtful questions and thoughtful dialogue going on. We really appreciate that, you know. With this, and then with our connection to thinking about downloading the app, we just want to reiterate to anybody who's hesitant or anybody who's having issues to email that support@joinsynchrony.com. And the good thing is it's going to be a human replying to you. This is all new to us. So one of us will be replying to your email as soon as we can get back to our laptops and make sure that, you know, we can support everybody in every step of the way. We want to make sure everybody feels comfortable and feels heard, and we want this to be a really reassuring and positive experience for everybody, just like what we said in the founders video.
Now let's announce the winner. Hold on, I want to make sure that I remember the name. I know that this person's from New Jersey, representing the Northeast. We're in New York right now. So congrats to Julie Wilder. You are our last winner. And actually, hopefully our winner tonight will maybe post something wearing their cute swag or give us a little shout out to see how it is. We still haven't gotten the swag. So hopefully you
might
enjoy
have
it
it before we have it. So enjoy it. Yeah.
But congrats. Thanks again for an amazing night. And this is just the beginning.
And welcome to the community.
Yay! Oh my goodness, congrats. Julie from New Jersey. Way to go. How exciting. We have to start wrapping up our time together. I know. As we start to do that, I want to remind you of something really important. Although this live stream is coming to an end, the community inside Synchrony, it's just getting started.
The conversations you've enjoyed don't stop here. The connections don't disappear. The energy you feel tonight doesn't have to fade. It continues inside the app.
Now, if something resonated with you, if you felt seen, if you heard a story that said, I want that too, this is your moment to take the next step.
All you need to do is download Synchrony. Start building your profile, invite others to join you. Consider this your personalized invitation to step into a community that was built for you.
That's right. And if you get stuck anywhere, we are here to help. So let us know, and we are happy to jump in. Now, tonight was the spark, but the real party is just getting started. And we'll see you inside Synchrony.
I want you so bad that I'm scared that now I know how good it is if you're I can't believe somehow my whole life without your name on my lips, without my heart on the line. Now that I'm in it, I could spend every night without any other fight. Now I know how good it is. I think I love
addicted to your hands on my hips. I think it's the first time that I know what I need. And I want you so bad that I'm scared that now I know how good it is if you ever leave. I think I think I think I think I'm addicted to your hands on my hips. I think it's the first time that I know what I need. And I want you so bad that I'm scared that now I know how good it is if you ever. I think I think I think now I know how good it is. And I know what it feels. This thing really know. Somebody don't let go. You feel like peace to me. I've been moving so low, but now I wanna be. Say I feel crazy. You don't say much, but I feel it though. You make it feel simple, like I've been here before. Bang bang, you don't let go. I feel you in my soul. Even when we quiet, you still feel like home. When I say I was it, I love her. You don't move like no one else. I love when I say I was it. When I say I was it, see me okay. You got me here for real. I love when I say I was it. When I say I was it, you don't move like no one else. I love when I say I was it. I love when I say I was it. When I say I was it, see me okay. You got me here for real. I love when I say I was it. See me okay, love me. Now you they make me soft. And I know they fake this thing real enough. Somebody don't let go. You feel like peace to me. I've been moving so low, but now I wanna be. Say I said I was it. You don't say much, but I feel it though. You make it feel simple, like I've been here before. I'm bang it, don't let go. I feel you in my soul. Even when we quiet, you still feel like home. When I say I was it, I love her. You don't move like no one else. I love when I say I was it. When I say I was it, see me okay. You got me here for real. I love when I say I was it. When I say I was it, you don't move like no one else. I love when I say I was it. I love when I say I was it. When I say I was it, see me okay. You got me here for real. I love when I say I was it. When I say I was it.
Your call is on hold. Please wait for your turn.
Out of my sleeve just to be trampled on. I'm spilling my soul, but you don't make a sound. Holding so tight, feeling like I don't know. Fight the good fight for the last time. Oh, let down your head, tell me a secret. laying on bed, always to keep it. Look on your head, tell me your secret. Laying on bed, make you believe it. I know a place that you belong. People are dancing and you're singing songs. Holding so tight, feeling like I know I look good right for the last time. Let go, the time I had. Tell me a secret, laying on bed, almost to keep it. Look on your head, tell me a secret, laying on bed, make you believe it.
And I know that if I continue to manifest and work towards it, what's meant for me will be for me and will come to me. What's meant for me will be for me and will come to me. What's meant for me will be for me and will come to me. Come to me. What's meant for me will be for me and will come to me. Come to me. What's meant for me will be for me and will come to me. And I know that if I continue to manifest and work towards it, what's meant for me will be for me and will come to me. Come to me. I dream about it, I feel it, I write it down. I learned to give grace. What's meant for me will be for me and will come to me. Come to me. And I know that if I continue to manifest and work towards it, what's meant for me will be for me and will come to me. What's meant for me will be for me and will come to me. What's meant for me will be. What's meant for me will be. What's meant for me will be for me it will come to me.